start off this episode of Intoxicating Kitchen by putting some poblano peppers on the grill. We're going to char these and we're going to use them for our chicken verde soup that we're going to make. We've got 4 good sized peppers we're going to get on here. We've got the heat turned up to medium high. We're going to get a good char on both sides of these and then take them off, let them rest, and chop them all up. All right, let's check these peppers and see how they're doing. We've got that heat up. We want it between 350 and 400. They're getting a nice little char. We're going to flip them over and we're going to put them back in for probably at about another 5 minutes. So we're doing about 5 minutes a side. That one's not quite charred. They're a little bit bigger. So we're just going to give them a little longer and we'll check back on those in just a minute. All right, those peppers are looking really good. They're good and done. We're going to get those pulled off, take them in the house, let them rest, and then get them peeled. Here we have our poblano peppers that we roasted on the grill. As I said, you could do them in the oven on the broil setting if you don't have a grill, or you can do them on top of your gas stove too. Now that they've cooled, we're going to take, I have put gloves on because they make quite the mess. We're going to take and you just run your hands down and that skin, that chard, comes right off. Just like that. Nice and easy. Some people also use a paper towel. It's working pretty good with just my fingers here. See how easy those just peel. Some of this we're going to slice up and put in our chicken verde soup, and the other rest of it we're going to take and garnish the top of our soup when it's ready. And we're going to take these couple big ones, and those are the ones we're going to put in the soup. Go. You see how you got all that off of there. We're going to take these 2 big ones. They are slippery little guys. Get these gloves off. And depending if the seeds bug you or not, you can take them out. When you cut the tops off, most of the seeds come out anyways. I'm just going to chunk these up. There you go, and that's going to go into our soup. And we're going to set those aside. And we're going to take this one and we're just going to cut small little strips. We're going to save that to garnish for our soup. We're going to take a couple more little strips here, and then we're going to chunk the rest of this one up and add it into our soup. And there you go. Our poblano peppers are ready for our soup. Welcome back to Intoxicating Kitchen. Tonight, this episode, we're going to make my version of chicken Verde soup. It's getting fall, time for some soup, some cooler weather. We're going to do this in the Instantpot. So I've got that on. I've got it on the sauté mode. I'm going to get one good size chopped up onion in there to sauté in just a second. I'm going to put some olive oil in. You can feel that starting to heat up. About 2 to 3 teaspoons of olive oil. Got one onion that I've chopped up, pretty good size. We're going to let this cook down for a couple minutes, then we're going to add our garlic. Get that onion cooking in there. Onions are getting nice and soft. Let's get that garlic added in. I've got 4 to 5 good sized cloves of garlic, so a good 2 to 3 teaspoons full. Get that all mixed in. We're going to let this saute for a minute together. Alright, now we're going to hit that cancel on our Instantpot so it turns that saute off. We're going to add 1 box of chicken stock. It's about 4 cups of chicken stock. We have went ahead and seasoned 6 good sized chicken thighs with salt and pepper, and we're going to put those in there now. Be careful, that's going to be kind of warm. And it seems like a lot, but you're going to use that stock for your soup, so you want some good juice in there. Now that we've got this in our Instantpot, we're going to add some cumin in here, about 2 teaspoons. Some no salt seasoning, about 3 teaspoons of that. Some chipotle chili seasoning, about 2 teaspoons of it. About 2 teaspoons of black pepper, little bit, about a teaspoon of salt because our stock has got sodium in it, and it's better to add more later than get too much to begin with, and 3 bay leaves. We're going to just mix that up a little bit so those spices get all inside there, so it's not on just one piece of chicken or on top of it all. We're going to get our lid on our Instantpot. I'm working backwards here, so there we go. Get that seal turned, or the steam. And then we have a poultry button. Got to turn this around so I can see. Poultry button. This is going to cook for 40 minutes. And while that's cooking, we're going to get our vegetables and everything cut up that's going to go in after. We'll be right back with you. While this chicken is cooking, we're going to get 8 strips of bacon that we cooked earlier today, all chopped up. 1 orange bell pepper and 1 red bell pepper cut up into chunks to go into our soup when it's time. Let's get this chopped up. Get those seeds out of that pepper. Now we've washed the outside of these. You can wash the seeds off the inside too. We'll do that in just a minute. This red one ready, and then we'll get them washed and get them chopped up. All right, our peppers have had a good quick bath. Get that little growth out of the end of the pepper, and we're just going to get that cut up. You could also add green peppers, broccoli, whatever kind of vegetable you want that goes with your chicken. And we're just using a paring knife to do this real quick. Just good sized chunks. All right, and there is that orange bell pepper cut up and all ready. So we've got red and orange. You could use yellow if you wanted to also, and green. Now we're going to get this out of the way, and we're going to get this bacon chopped up. As I said, 8 slices of bacon. We cooked this earlier. We use a lot of bacon, so tend to keep some in the fridge. We're just going to cut this into good sized chunks. Give it an extra little chop. Depends how big you like your pieces of bacon in your soup. And there you go. Our bacon and our vegetables are all ready for when our chicken is done. We're going to get this lid off. Ooh. We'll let that cool for a second. We're going to get this chicken out. We're going to get it all off the bone, and we're going to throw all our ingredients back in this pot. We'll show you what else is going in, and we're going to steam it for a few minutes just to get those vegetables done, and then our soup is going to be ready. Those chicken thighs out. Let those cool for a few minutes, and then we're going to shred them and throw them back in. Our chicken is still kind of steaming, but we're going to see if we can get some of this shredded up to show you what we do. We're going to take the skin off. We're going to set that aside because we're going to chop it up, and we're actually going to put that in the soup too because it's very good. But we're just going to break this chicken apart. And you can see it's still steaming. Some more of that skin. We're going to look through and make sure we don't get any of those little cartilage ends. We've got all our chicken off the bone and shredded. It's a lot of chicken. We're going to add that back into our Instantpot. Again, that was 6 good-sized chicken thighs. And it just gives it a little bit more flavor if you cook them with the bone in. I know a lot of people would rather use boneless, skinless. You can do that too, and then you wouldn't have to take it out of the pot and debone it and put it back in. We're going to add 8 ounces of cream cheese. We're going to add our couple Poblano peppers that we chopped up earlier. We had 2.5 good-sized Poblano peppers. We're going to add about a cup of that orange bell pepper that we chopped up. A cup of red. And our 8 strips of bacon that we chopped up. We're going to add a 4-ounce can of fire roasted diced green chilies. And then we're going to add a half of maybe a quarter of a jar. So this is 15 ounces, so we're going to add about 4 ounces of salsa verde, just to give it some more flavor. And you see that's getting all sorts of goodness in there. That cream cheese is going to melt. We're also going to add some heavy cream. We're going to add a cup of heavy cream. And we're going to add another cup of chicken stock, just because we need a little bit more liquid in there. And there you go. We're going to stir this up, get it all nice and mixed up. Oh, that looks good. That cream cheese is going to melt in there. We're going to put the lid back on. We're going to set this for steam, just to get those vegetables done, for 10 minutes. And then it's soup time. Let's get that lid. Lid's on. Make sure that vent's closed. We're going to hit steam. Except I can't find it. Steam. We're going to hit steam. That's set for 10 minutes, and then we'll be ready. Our Instantpot has let us know our soup is done. Let's check this out. It smells really good. Oh, looks even better. Let's set that lid aside. Let's stir this up. Wow. So this is going to be a fall favorite. Let's get some of this into the bowl. Making a mess because it looks so good. There's our soup. We have lots of garnishes. We have a little bit of Mexican cheese we can put on the top of that. Anything you want. We have some cilantro, some poblano peppers, some jalapenos, some chopped up bacon, some lime, some avocado, and of course our hot sauce. And something tells me I'm not going to get the first bowl of this. Some poblano, a little bit of cilantro. Of course, got to have the jalapeno. As much or as little as you like. And oh yes, more bacon, because everything's better with more bacon. Some avocado. And let's get a squirt of lime on that. And of course, a little bit of hot sauce. And there you go, our chicken verde soup. Not as low carb as we want, but it works because it's fresh. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe. And check out that notification bell for what's coming up next, and leave your comments down below. Thanks for watching. It's soup. Oh, yep, that's good. And spicy. Hubby's gonna like this one.